Hey everybody, hope your Good Friday was good. Today we are going to be going over the home open workout number 2 that just came out a little while ago. So this video will include our warm-up, a little bit of mobility, and then a little bit of practice stuff that we can do to have our best possible chance at getting a good score for home open number 2. So first things first, we're going to do a little jump rope warm-up. So I want everybody to go ahead and grab your jump ropes. And if you could go ahead and set your timer, you can set it to a Tabata if you'd like to, or just go ahead and set it for a time, and let's just go ahead and run it. We're going to go for 15 seconds on, and then 5 seconds off of each movement. We have got 8 of them as we go through. I'm sorry, only 6 of them. So first things first, we're going to go 15 seconds of just some easy single unders. Again, want to make sure that we're keeping those elbows pinned in close and our hands aren't moving around too much. From there, just a quick 5-second break, and we're going to go backwards with those single unders. Again, the positioning of my body should be very similar. Don't want to jump really high or start moving those arms around real crazy just because we're going backwards. That rope is just still going around in a circle. It just happens to be going backwards. From there, we're going to go 15 seconds of some high knees forward. And after our 15 seconds there, same thing, high knees backwards. After that, we're going to go with our in and outs. So in and outs forward. And then the toughest one is the in and outs backwards. Oops, see, told you, tough, right? The reason we do those backwards movements is so that we get a really good understanding and a feel for our space in relationship to that rope. We should feel the rope coming underneath us, know when it's okay for us to open and close the legs, and let that rope pass underneath us. Again, the better you are with recognizing your relationship to your rope and your space, gonna make you a better jump roper, all right? From there, we are gonna get into our mobility. So we've got 1 minute of each movement, starting out with our Spider-Man stretch. So again, starting in that high plank position, I'm gonna bring 1 foot up, replace that with my palm, rotate, reach high, hold for 2 to 3 seconds, and switch. We're gonna go 1 minute there. From there, we're gonna go with a static hold in the bottom of our squat. So we're gonna sit down, keeping that chest up, torso upright. Don't wanna round my back over, so again, as I'm here, nice straight, upright spine, making sure our spine is neutral. Again, keeping that chest nice and tight, nice and tall. All right, from there we'll do our Samson stretch. So again, interlock those fingers, grab yourself on the back of that wrist. We'll come out for a big lunge, pop up, switch. We've got 1 minute there. From there, we're gonna go with a 1 minute low plank hold. So again, on our elbows, making sure that that butt is down, core is tight. Again, looking to make sure we've got a single line from the shoulder all the way through the heel. We don't want to be sagging, nor do we want that butt sticking up in the air. From there, we're going to go 1 minute of our Russian baby makers. These are going to go really, really slow on, all right? You don't want to do these for a full minute, trying to go real fast. So again here, I'm going to grab the inside of my ankles, sitting myself down into my squat position, and then extending my hamstrings up and down. Up and back down. Again, trying to get yourself all the way to the position in which you are locked out, those knees, being able to hold on the back side of the wrist. Obviously, my lack of mobility does not make that look as pretty as it could be. And then we are just going to finish up with 1 minute of straight-legged sit-ups. Again, don't worry about how many of them you do. Let's just try to get through the entirety of that minute. Nice and consistent, all right? So again, that should take us about 6 minutes, maybe 7 with a little bit of transition time in between there. So next thing I want to talk about is the workout for tomorrow. So as with any open workout, we have a RX variation and then we have a scaled variation. Now, because this isn't, necessarily for a big score as far as our national ranking or worldly scores or anything like that, Today, I thought that the scaled option probably fits our novice and master category really well, but would probably be a little bit too simplistic for our intermediates. So we are still gonna go with a true RX, but if you do scale those double unders, I want you to notate how you scale that. And then, like I said, I'm gonna have a couple of options here for us. So first things first, the workout is for time, has a 15-minute time cap regardless of what variation you go with. If you're going RX, we are starting out with 100 double unders into 21 burpees. 75 double unders, 15 burpees, 50 double unders, 9 burpees. Now, some of you may be saying, yes, this is gonna be awesome. I'm great with double unders, so this is gonna be no problem for me. Sorry about that. And others of you are saying, oh crap, double unders. Number one, we've been out of the gym for almost 2 weeks now. Most of you have a jump rope at home, so I hope you guys have been doing some practice. Sometimes it takes something like this to force us to do double unders, right? The only way sometimes that we get better is by forcing ourselves to do it. I hate to say it, sometimes being embarrassed into having to do it, right? You just want to get it so badly that sometimes you put that pressure on yourself and all of a sudden, hey, you know what, you got it. So 100 to 21 burpees, 75, 15, 50, and 9. If we think about it, you guys, with a 15-minute time cap, 21 burpees, call it a minute and change, 15 burpees, a minute, 9 burpees, less than a minute. So basically we have 4 minutes there worth of burpees, which means we have 11 minutes to get only 225 double unders done. So what I really want you guys to do is push yourselves. I would say even if we are in the position when we're doing 1 double under and then 1 single, so that double up, that route, I think we could still get the RX variation done under the time cap, all right? Now, if you are nowhere near getting your double unders, but you are, okay to do single unders, we're gonna make our own kind of scale here. So again, you'll go ahead and record this as a scaled time, but we're just gonna do 1.5 single unders per double under. So that would be 150 double unders. We're gonna round up, and I should have done the math before this, 40, 37, 38, 120, 131 double unders in the second round there, and then 75 double unders in our third round. I'm guessing that math is bad and you guys are all gonna make fun of me for doing that. So anyways, that's gonna be our intermediate variation. Again, 1.5 times single unders for the double unders. Now, for our true scaled athletes, and again, the open, the home open especially, is really making sure that anybody can do it regardless of what equipment they have, all that good stuff. And because we don't have different age categories as we usually would for our masters especially, or some of our teens, their scaled option now is going to be a little bit different as far as the rep scheme goes. It's 50, 15, 35, 12, 20, and 9. And those are going to be jumping jacks and then modified burpees. So the modified burpee, what we would most likely recommend is gonna be like to an elevated piece of equipment. So maybe to a box or a bench. So now that modified burpee down to my bench and my 1. Again, jumping jack straight forward, touching the top, touching your hands up at the top. So we have 50 jumping jacks, 15 of those modified burpees, 35 jumping jacks, 12 burpees, 20 jumping jacks, and then 9 of those modified burpees, all right? So there are sometimes, some of you guys that have been through the open before, sometimes you want to get yourself all jacked up and ready to go, and I know I have a couple favorite songs I'm going to put on to get me all pumped up. In my opinion, this is not the workout to get all pumped up for. If you try to go too fast on double unders, it can go downhill very, very quickly. This is one that you're going to want to stay within yourself. If you're doing double unders really, really well, then maybe we can start to speed those up a little bit. But what you want to just stay away from is running into that wall. Like we talk about breaking before you break. Don't get yourself to the point where you're so tired and so taxed from those double unders that you have to wait like 10 or 15 seconds to do more. break a little early. Some of you will do 100 double unders in a row. Some of you are like, okay, how about 50? Take a second and 50. Maybe it's 25 4 times. Maybe it's 15 9 times, or whatever that ends up being. Whatever it is, make sure that you can maintain that pace all the way through. Again, maybe we get down to the 50 and you're like, hell with it, I'm gonna go for it. Awesome. Again, with the burpees, let's just make sure we are staying consistent with them. So, I don't think we need to talk about really any standards. Again, we talked about the 2 modified movements for our scaled option. Let's just make sure with those burpees that we are getting that chest all the way down to the ground. And as we come up, we are coming up, jumping to make sure that we're extending that hip, knee at the top. All right? So real quick, before we get into this, just wanted to kind of go through one of my favorite drills. So if you don't have double unders down quite yet, my favorite drill to work on getting double unders is the penguin drill. So as you're watching this video, you'll figure out why we call it the penguin. So if we're thinking about the way that we jump rope, if all things are going correct, when I'm at the apex, to the top of my jump, my hands are most likely, my thumbs are pointing down to the ground because that rope would be on the ground as I'm at the top of my jump. So with the penguin drill, what we're going to do is to mimic that, is we're going to, instead of having the hands come down, we're going to tap ourselves on the side of the leg. So if I was doing single unders and working on that penguin drill, and again, it's fine to use them just for singles as well, just building that stamina of being able to continue that jump in a consistent basis, high enough for us to be able to get that rope to pass underneath. So if I'm just doing the penguin drill for single unders, it's going to look like this. Again, I want to tap myself on the side of the hips at the top of that jump, right? We don't want to start getting off timing. This is all about rhythm, all right? So once we've got that down, the double under variation of that is quite simple. We're going to probably have to jump a little bit higher, and we're going to have to tap ourselves twice, which means fast hands, just like we work on fast hands with those double unders. So again, penguin drill double unders looks like this. If you can get that penguin drill down with those double unders, I promise that double unders will come very, very quickly. Again, it's all about staying consistent with that speed of the hands. We need to stay consistent when we're doing our jump rope and being consistent with that jump as well. Again, rhythm is important, stamina is important. Can you jump 100 times in a row at that same height, which allows you to get that rope to pass under you twice? We will see when it comes time to get this workout in. So again, tomorrow we're going to do a virtual class at 8:30. Hopefully our technology kind of keeps up with us a little bit better. Hope to see all you guys then, and we will. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.